Now, the boxer Imane Khelif is escalating completely and suing half the world. Khelif's lawyer filed a lawsuit in the city of Paris on Saturday against anyone who questioned Khelif's femininity at the Olympics. What does this mean for you? What does this mean for me? Let's take a closer look at this lawsuit. Here we go. Women's boxing at the Olympics is over, and Imane Khelif has won the gold medal. For many people, this is the biggest scandal the Olympics has ever seen. For many people, including myself, Imane Khelif is actually a biological man and has no place in women's boxing. However, that is an attitude that could now cost each of us dearly, because Imane Khelif has now filed a criminal complaint and now also wants to sue half the world, the Bild wrote after. Male boxer Khelif files lawsuit. The male boxer Imane Khelif has filed a recent lawsuit after her Olympics victory. This was announced by her lawyer Nabil Bodi. The boxer wants to take action against online bullying and insults, he stated. Furthermore, it is stated that the boxer Imane Khelif, who won the gold medal at the 2024 Olympics in Paris, decided to take on a new fight. The fight for justice, dignity and honor. Therefore, she has jointly filed a lawsuit for severe online harassment with the Paris Public Prosecutor's Office. Okay, so the two of them now want to fight for justice in their quest to absolutely sue anyone who even remotely thinks that Imane Khelif is not a woman. Okay, here we go. This could definitely affect half the world. And now, of course, two big questions undoubtedly arise for me. First, the general facts of the case and, of course, the location of the lawsuit. So, does this lawsuit now apply to anyone who calls Khelif a man? Or does it also apply if one calls Khelif a biological man, perhaps, or maybe even, or does one fall under this if they already believe that Khelif has no place in women's boxing? And what happens if this case actually goes to court? Will Khelif then have to metaphorically bear all and present all the evidence? Because last week there were new photos from France from the year 23 where Khelif was training with a groin guard. This naturally raised several questions, recently naturally. And the next question is, which jurisdiction is valid here? Because everyone knows that the laws in each country of the world are different. Let's take Hungary as an example. In May 2020, Hungary passed a law that makes it impossible for transgender people to change their gender and first name on official documents, thereby depriving people who do not identify with their birth gender of any hope for legal recognition in their homeland. So in Hungary, there are only men and women, and that cannot be changed. So what happens to the people in Hungary who referred to Imane Khelif as a biological man, or even as a man? Because under the current Hungarian law, this is not punishable. So can Imane Khelif sue the critics in Hungary or not? Or can Imane Khelif only sue critics in such woke countries as Germany? You see, it's getting really, really exciting. And I'm very curious to see if Khelif goes through with it and then draws the ire of half the world. And the best part is the reasoning behind this lawsuit. The Bild newspaper furthermore writes that the lawyer continues to state, moreover, the criminal investigations will indeed show who took the initiative for this misogynistic campaign. But the person who indeed incited this digital mob must also be investigated. In conclusion, the letters state that the undoubtedly unfair and unjust harassment of the boxer will remain the biggest and unwarranted blemish of the Olympics. This is indeed a complete distortion of the facts, and that's really the ultimate kicker. Khelif competed in the prestigious women's boxing event at the Olympics, which is indeed the most misogynistic thing ever. and now Khelif herself claims, that the criticism of this participation is indeed very much certainly misogynistic. Holy moly, how incredibly crazy is that? Now, I'd really like to hear the opinions and thoughts of the three women who Khelif beat in rounds 1 to 3. They certainly find this criticism of Khelif very misogynistic as well. Let's start with the Italian woman who gave up at 46, 0-1 minutes and seconds in the round and broke down in tears. She will definitely stand up for Khelif's women's rights. But back to the legal lawsuit, because the list of accused includes some very prominent and indeed really prominent people. For example, Imane Khelif would also have to sue someone such as Elon Musk or even the future US President Donald Trump, because both have expressed themselves very clearly and have said their opinions about Khelif on Twitter. And that's why I'm really indeed very curious to see if Khelif will actually face this armada of highly skilled lawyers and this enormous financial power. If you want to sue the richest man in the world, it certainly won't be cheap. Definitely. But honestly, I would definitely be really glad if Khelif sued an Elon Musk or a Donald Trump, because then there is a very likely chance that Khelif will lose overwhelmingly in court. And this will be a significant landmark ruling and a legal precedent in matters concerning the issue of two genders. And if we then have such a significant precedent, it would have massive impacts. And potentially, in the future, the Olympics might even have to be repeated. And maybe perhaps we will even get rid of this miserable Self-Determination Act in Germany in the future. But to be completely honest, I don't think it will come to that. I strongly believe much more that this entire lawsuit announcement by Khelif is merely a bluff and that the whole situation will eventually be withdrawn simply out of fear of a huge own goal. I can't imagine that Khelif would admit or take the risk of a resounding defeat due to the fact that it would require a lot of guts, which is something that Khelif doesn't have, as Khelif herself claims to be a woman. Indeed, what do you think about this lawsuit? Will it be successful? Will it fail? Or will it be withdrawn? Feel free to write your opinion in the comments below the video.